getting ridiculous. It honestly is getting ridiculous. I want to talk about Lindsay Clancy. I'm sure, as you guys know, the mother who killed her three kids. I believe they were 8 months old, 3 years old, and 5 years old. And a part of me is happy the fact that this is blackpilling a lot of men to see that we live in a world. Truly, it's insane. I mean, the level of conditioning and brainwashing. If and I always say this, right? If there was a Nobel Prize for social engineering, social conditioning society, the powers that be at the top, man, nobody would even come close to the number of awards they would win in any category. They would be, in their category of conditioning and brainwashing, they would clear every single year, man. How are millions of women coming out to support this woman who even confessed the fact that I did it, I killed these kids? How are they sitting there saying that the male voice she hears in her head is supposed to be her husband? Anything to blame men, right? No, females, you lost the plot. You lost the plot long time ago. Like, you never knew what the plot was. You don't even know who you are. For the most of you, a majority of you, you don't know who you are, right? That's why you're so easy to deceive. That's why you're so gullible. And this is just insane. This woman who tells her husband that, hey, listen, can you go to the pharmacy and pick up this and this, and then can you also go pick up, some food, deliberately, on purpose. And I'm sure she like either Google Maps it or somehow like she knew how far these are and estimated how long it would take. And we're supposed to believe this woman might be mentally ill and she couldn't tell the difference between right and wrong. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, I can't believe, man, I live in this world, bro. My brothers, these women, they don't give a fuck about you. These washed up has-beens, these cannon fathers, these brainwashed zombies, they hate you because it's just a projection of how they feel about themselves and the men they've been fucked over by, right? The men that it was completely out of their league, but they went for it anyway. They believed in the delusions and lies, and these men who, didn't give them a time of the day turned these women to bitter, resentful hags. That's all this is, nothing more. These women hate you because they've been brainwashed, they've been conditioned. See, it really is true. Men are the romantic suckers, right? You look at all these love songs, romantic movies and whatnot. Majority, especially the good ones, the decent ones, like the poets, right? It's always men for women. Men are truly in love. Women, for the most part, are in business. Like, women don't like men. Like, this is what's becoming clearer every single day. Yes, there's a huge element of conditioning and brainwashing in there, but it is what it is. See, the fact that it must be the simp industrial complex. The fact that her husband sat there and said, yeah, my wife is mentally ill and I'm willing to forgive her. Buddy, are you insane? Are you fucking stupid? She just killed 3 of your kids. And you know what the crazy thing is? The 3 and the 5-year-old, especially the 5-year-old, that kid put up a fight, right? She strangled him, right? With the elastic bands, the workout bands, that kid put up a fight. And she just stood there and still continued like marching forward. The level of evil there, right? It's insane. But again, you have millions of women, whether on the internet, TikTok, Facebook, whatever, or in person outside of the courts, yelling and screaming, saying she's innocent, believe a woman. And you know what this is? See, it's the fucking narrative. They're just trying to continue to control the narrative. You've been losing the narrative, right, for a while now. How did a rich man get poor? Very, very slowly at first, and then very, very quickly after. That's exactly what's happening with you. You were losing the narrative very, very slowly, but now it's getting quicker and quicker. That makes me so happy. Nothing about this woman, what she did to her kids, makes me happy, but it makes me happy that you guys are losing the narrative, right? And again, the truth will always prevail, and the powers that be will use any means necessary to continue to squash the truth. But that's how powerful the truth is, right? It will squeeze its way out, but it will win, right? Now it's up to us to continue to fend its flames, to fight for it too. Us, especially the men, right? My brothers, these women don't give a fuck about us. They don't give a fuck about us. They see us as fucking villains. They are so brainwashed. They are so conditioned, right? The husband has zero like evidence to prove that this man was involved in any case or form about murder of his kids. Yet you have millions of women because they feel like, right? My feelings, my motherfucking feelings. My God, fuck you and your fucking feelings. And that's something I always fucking say too. Fuck you and your fucking feelings. Right? This world doesn't run on your fucking feelings, right? It's an empirical fucking world. And yet here we are. You know, the defense is trying to argue that this woman was mentally ill. No mentally ill woman is doing this. And you know, this woman got fucked up by society too. How many medication was she on? Like, again, like, and she goes to a doctor and shocking to no one, what does the doctor suggest? Let's up the dose. Or I believe in one of the cases, and one of the doctors said, no, let's actually cut it out. But then a few of the other doctors are like, let's up the dose, right? What the fuck kind of we live in? You know what the funny thing is? What was her name? Andrea Yates, 2001 or 2002, when she killed 5 of her kids. That's how you know. It's a barometer, right? Everything's relative. So you measure. She did have some support from women, but it's nowhere near as what it is today. You could sit here and say social media amplifies this, right? It's just the usual thing where a few loud noises makes it look like the whole thing is up. But no, this is not the case. Like any outlet you go to, like any mainstream source you go to, and again, the fact that outside this woman's court cases, there is like countless women just there supporting her and blaming the husband, obviously. No, you are losing the narrative. You will continue to lose the narrative. This cannot go on. This is fucking insane. You know what's even more insane though? I'll tell you guys what's even more insane. You know, so a lot of things can be blamed at the feminization of society, at the destruction of the Western civilization, because you are not leaders. You are not natural born leaders. Exceptions to every law, yes. Again, said it before, say it a million more times. But on majority, on average, you are not fucking leaders. You are way too emotional. And I'm speaking to you, woman, right? And once again, with this whole thing, you proved that once again here too. But my God, bro. Like, what is there to be made here? You know what's even crazy? Like, I'll tell you. So we all know HR departments and whatnot, and academia is like 50% plus majority woman now. And we all know what a shit show they're turning into. We all know the level of fraud. We all know the level of bullshit, level of complacency. Now I just found out that since 2016 that the majority of law school students are women too. So you know what this means? In a generation, we're fucked, right? If a generation is 25 years, we're fucking finished. Can you imagine a world majority of female lawyers and judges are women? Do you understand like the level of sentences that's going to be carried out? This might be the final nail in the coffin for the full erosion of the Western civilization, right? The pursuit of truth, law above all else, right? Innocent till proven guilty. Women have completely proven that they want to reverse the process, especially when it comes to men. Guilty until proven innocent. I mean, you guys really are barbarians. Like, you guys really are the definition of caveman. Like, I definitely am fully convinced for a long time now that had it been women in charge of civilization, we'd still be in Stone Age, right? Everything you do is counter civilization. It's detrimental to civilization. You don't believe in hierarchy because, and that's another thing. Men believe in hierarchy because men believe that if guy ABC is better at XYZ, let them be in charge, right? We'll all be better off for it. Women, because they all feel like they're entitled, that they're all superior, that they're all owed something by the world. My God, what have you created? That they will never relinquish authority to one another. That's why they have to pose and compliment each other. And, you know, it's better to have the dialogue amongst each other than actually come to a conclusion and a solution at the end of the dialogue. That's what women care about. It's the stupidest, fucking, the most insane thing, bro. And again, this case proves it. And like I said, since 2016, they're now the majority. We're fucking done. And you know, DEI is a massive part of that. Like, let's be honest. You know, like let's all be honest. Again, it's part of the plan, the one evil, right? My God, my nose is so itchy. But here we are. Here we are. Right? We are so fucked. I don't know how you women have conscience to speak of. I don't know how you guys sit there and see all the evidence, hear this woman confess, look at all the text messages and whatnot that's been going on for the last few years, and sit there and say, yep, she's innocent. And again, it's because you're losing the narrative. That's all it is. It's the same thing about how women know when other women are ugly, but they'll say every girl's a 10. It's the sisterhood solidarity, right? And in order, they say that in order to us men, the simp industrial complex works along with feminism, right? So us men can buy into the delusion as well, so we can also lower our standards. My brothers, we've been lowering our standards for fucking generations now. When is it gonna end? And what have we gained for it? Like show me that men or society or women, the whole thing, we're better off for it. Nothing we have gained. We're losing on all fronts. And yet we keep going along with this. The evil that be, right? The one source of evil that be, right? That's the one thing that I'm happy about, that more and more men are being blackpilled. More and more women. I mean, women never had the plot to begin with. You know, for me to say they lost the plot is first they would have to had the plot. Never was the case. Never was the case. This delusional little children, you know, pretend to be adults in an adult body. It's the saddest thing I've seen. And here we are, right? This is the levels we stoop to now. Believe a woman, right? How did Me Too end up? Majority of those men that were fired, who were they replaced by? 50% of those positions were replaced by women. How many of those were false allegations? Close to 50% as well. Are we really gonna sit here that majority of the Me Too movements were actually rape or harassment, or were these women doing what they need to do to get on top? I just saw a clip of Beyonce the other day. She's like an executive producer. This is from 2001, right? Tells her to come sit on her lap. She complies. What else was she doing? All of them were doing behind closed cameras. Like, can we please cut the shit? Like, fuck, bro. To see the world from the female narrative, the feminazi lens, is like the biggest insult to mankind, you know? The biggest insult to rationality and logic. Can we please cut the shit? No, yeah, I'm happy that more and more men are being blackpilled. I'm happy that more and more men are starting to realize the fact that these women, they don't give a fuck about us. They don't give a fuck. It's us, the delusional fucks. We are the ones that are stupid. My brothers, we need our solidarity too. Okay? And like I said, I always say this. We need to bring women back into the fold. And I'm not talking about like make them our slaves or nothing like that. Yes, women are equal to us, but in different ways. Right? They have their own strengths against us, but in different ways. And we certainly have our strengths against them in many different ways too. The fact that we're being suppressed, again, is how we allow society to get to this point. But this shit cannot stand. This is... Anyway, I just wanted to say my piece here. And let that be the end of it for today. And I'll continue along to watch how this unfolds, this case, because everybody's eyes are on this. But let's see. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and comment, you know.